Everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Guess we're picking up on finishing off Lamentations. First, I wanted to mention that something I was instructed to share today from Psalm 94, this, verse 8 to 11, I believe, or 12. Take notice, you senseless ones among the people, you fools. When will you become wise? It sounds like when Jesus was chastising the apostles, like, why don't you understand? What's going to take? What's wrong with you? Why can you not see? Jesus lost patience with them as well. Take notice, you senseless ones among the people, you fools, when will you become wise? Does he who fashioned the ear not hear? Does he who formed the eye not see? Does he who disciplines nations not punish? Does he who teaches mankind lack knowledge? The Lord knows all human plans. He knows that they are futile. So you want to do your own thing. Think he's not noticing that? Think he's not noticing that you're going on your own way? Think he does not notice that your plans, no matter what they are, individual or in mass, mankind, are futile? Blessed is the one you discipline, Lord, the one you teach from your law. You grant them relief from days of trouble, till a pit is dug for the wicked. He grants us relief from days of trouble. Just follow his path for you. The Lord will not reject his people. I mean all his people. People that believe in him and love him and honor him, respect him. He will never forsake his inheritance to these people. Judgment will again be founded on righteousness, and all the upright in heart will follow it into the light. Okay, pick up on Lamentations. Finish that off, chapter 3, 4, and 5. Again, this is written by, I'm not sure who. It's given credit. Jeremiah is given credit for it. A lot of people, a lot of clergy, and a lot of people in religious communication, in religious education throughout history, but it may have been written by groups of people or somebody else. It's about after lamenting their banishment, their exile into Babylon. Chapter 3, the footnote 3b, which says this chapter just mentions this an acrostic poem. Again, the virtues of each stanza begin with the successive letters of the Hebrew alphabet. So, I am the man who has seen affliction by the rod of the Lord's wrath. He has driven me away and made me walk in darkness rather than light. Indeed, he has turned his hand against me again and again all day long. He's talking how feel that God has rejected us, has turned against us, against him, this writer, and against his people. Again, as I said, first thing you ask is, okay, is this a result of darkness? Ask for discernment. You can banish, say this darkness has been doing this to you, and it's gone, and you know it's the Lord, it's still persisting. Then ask for discernment. Why? 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a result of a choice you made at some point, recently or further back. So you can't blame God for anything. He has made my skin and my flesh grow old. He has broken my bones. He has besieged me and surrounded me with bitterness and hardship. He has made me dwell in darkness like those long dead. He has walled me in so I cannot escape. He has weighed me down with chains. Even when I call out or cry for help, he shuts out my prayer. He has barred my way with blocks of stone. He has made my paths crooked. Like a bear lying in wait, like a lion in hiding, he dragged me from the path and mangled me, and left me without help. He drew his bow and made me the target for his arrows. Did he? You do that yourself. He pierced my heart with arrows from his quiver. I became the laughingstock of all my people. They mocked me in song all day long. He has filled me with bitter herbs and given me gall to drink. He has broken my teeth with gravel. He has trampled me in the dust. I have been deprived of peace. I have forgotten what prosperity is. So I say, my splendor is gone, and all that I had hoped from the Lord. You've given up on the Lord, turned from God, fallen into the trap the devil set for them. Again, remember Job. Read Job. I remember my affliction and my wandering, the bitterness and the gall. So again, 9 times out of 10, it's your choice. The devil tests you on his own. The devil trying to draw you away, attacking you, or God testing you directly, or using the devil, or allowing the devil to test you. Read Job. Testing your faith, testing your love, if it is God doing it. Let's say, I remember my affliction and my wandering, the bitterness and the gall. I well remember them. My soul is downcast within me. Yet this I call to mind, therefore I have hope. Hey, this is my choice. This is my result of my choice, my responsibility. Take ownership and responsibility of it. And have hope. As for discernment and hope and strength. Because of the Lord's great love, we are not consumed, for his compassions never fail. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. I say to myself, the Lord is my portion, therefore I will wait for him. Patient. The Lord is good to those whose hope is in him, the one who seeks him. Seek, and you shall find. Always have hope. It is good to wait quietly for the salvation of the Lord. It is good for a man to bear the yoke while he is young. You gotta pay your dues. Let him sit alone in silence, for the Lord has laid it on him. Let him bury his face in the dust. There may yet be hope. Let him offer his cheek to the one who would strike him. Let him be filled with disgrace. So endure through all the hardships that he puts upon you. For no one is cast off by the Lord forever. Though he brings grief, he will show compassion. So great is his unfailing love. For he does not willingly bring affliction or grief to anyone. To crush underfoot all prisoners in the land, to deny people their rights before the Most High, to deprive them of justice. Would not the Lord see such things? Who can speak and have it happen if the Lord has not decreed it? Is it not from the mouth of the Most High that both calamities, sound like Donald Trump speak right there, that both calamities, is not from the mouth of the Most High that both calamities and good things come? Why should the living complain when punished for their sins? Take ownership and responsibility. Take ownership and responsibility. No one will take ownership and responsibility. Admit when you're wrong, realize it, own up to it. Take responsibility for it. Seek to make amends, apologize, ask forgiveness, whether it's of the Lord or somebody else. Nothing is hidden from him. Let us examine our ways and test them. Again, look at yourself. Look at what you're going through. Why you're going through it. Was it your choice? The result of your choice? And let us return to the Lord. Let us lift up our hearts and our hands to God in heaven and say, we have sinned and rebelled, and you have not forgiven. Not say, he's always forgiven long before it even was a thought in your mind. And you have not forgiven. You have covered yourself with anger and pursued us. You have slain without pity. You have covered yourself with the clouds so that no prayer can get through. You have made us scum and refuse among the nations. Now they feel sorry for themselves. He has not done those things. He has pity on you. He's not blocked himself from you. You blocked yourself from him. All our enemies have opened their mouths wide against us. We have suffered terror and pitfalls, ruin and destruction. Streams of tears flow from my eyes because my people are destroyed. My eyes will flow unceasingly without relief until the Lord looks down from heaven and sees. He always sees. Well, not until. He's always seeing. He precedes. Precognition. What I see brings grief to my soul because of all the women of my city. Those who were my enemies without cause hunt me like a bird. They tried to end my life in a pit, threw stones at me. The waters closed over my head, and I thought I was about to perish. I called on your name, Lord, from the depths of the pit. You heard my plea. Do not close your ears to my cry for relief. You came near when I called you, and you said, do not fear. You, Lord, took up my case. You redeemed my life. Lord, you have seen the wrong done to me. Uphold my cause. You have seen the depth of their vengeance, all their plots against me. They were calling out prayer unto the Lord, and he hears the prayers. He hears every prayer. He answers every prayer. Lord, you have heard their insults, all their plots against me, and what my enemies whisper and mutter against me all day long. Look at them, sitting or standing, they mock me in their songs. Pay them back what they deserve, Lord, for what their hands have done. Put a veil over their hearts, and may your curse be on them. Pursue them in anger and destroy them from under the heavens of the Lord. Is that what you're doing? Calling out vengeance on them, Lord? Or asking for their repentance, praying for their souls? Chapter 4. How the gold has lost its luster, the fine gold become dull, the sacred gems are scattered at every street corner. All they've gathered, all they accumulate, all the wealth, it's trash, it's useless. How the precious children of Zion, once worth their weight in gold, are now considered as pots of clay, the work of a potter's hand. Even jackals offer their breasts to nurse their young, but my people have become heartless, like ostriches in the desert. Everybody out for themselves. You see this? Things get tough. People panic. Looting, rioting. Because of thirst, the infant's tongue sticks to the roof of its mouth. The children beg for bread, but no one gives it to them. Those who once ate delicacies are destitute in the streets. Those brought up in royal purple are now lying in ash heaps. Everybody's brought low, no matter what they have, whatever their status. The punishment of my people was greater than that of Sodom, which was overthrown in a moment, without a hand turned to help her. The princes were brighter than snow and whiter than milk, their bodies more ruddy than rubies, their appearance like lapis lazuli. But now they are blacker than soot, they are not recognized in the streets, their skin is shriveled on their bones, it has become as dry as a stick. Again, all those are great, exalted, exalt themselves, and be brought low, be humbled. Those killed by the sword are better off than those who die in famine. Racked with hunger, they waste away for lack of food from the field. With their own hands, compassionate women have cooked their own children, who became their food when my people were destroyed. They actually did that? Will do that? Possibly. Very possibly. Again, most of the stuff is all metaphorical. Some of it is not. The people will be reduced to the lowliest of things to survive. The Lord has given full vent to his wrath. He has poured out his fierce anger. He has kindled a fire in Zion that consumed their foundations. The kings of the earth did not believe. They don't. Nor did any of the peoples of the world, that enemies and foes could enter the gates of Jerusalem. Everybody thinks that they're untouchable. No one is. But it happened because of the sins of her prophets and the iniquities of her priests, who shed within her the blood of the righteous. Again, pointing out how those who lead the masses, the churches, are not good shepherds. Now they grope through the streets as if they were blind, which they will be doing. They are so defiled with blood that no one dares to touch their garments. Go away, you are unclean, people cry to them. Away, away, don't touch us. When they flee and wander about, people among the nations say, they can stay here no longer. The Lord himself has scattered them. He no longer watches over them. The priests are shown no honor, the elders no favor, because they were false. Moreover, our eyes failed, looking in vain for help. From our towers we watched for a nation that could not save us. People stalked us at every step, so we could not walk in our streets. Our end was near, our days were numbered, for our end had come. Our pursuers were swifter than eagles in the sky. They chased us over the mountains and lay in wait for us in the desert. The Lord's anointed, our very life breath, was caught in their traps. We thought that under his shadow we would live among the nations. Rejoice and be glad, daughter of Edom, you who live in the land of Uz. But to you also the cup will be passed. You will be drunk and stripped naked. There will be nowhere for anybody to hide. All nations will fall. Your punishment will end, daughter Zion. He will not proclaim your exile. He will punish your sin, daughter Edom, and expose your wickedness. Chapter 5. Remember, Lord, what has happened to us. Look and see our disgrace. Our inheritance has been turned over to strangers, our homes to foreigners. We have become fatherless, our mothers are widows. We must buy the water we drink, our wood can be had only at a price. Do we not buy the water we drink nowadays? Those who pursue us are at our heels. We are weary and find no rest. We submitted to Egypt and Assyria to get enough bread. Our ancestors sinned and are no more, and we bear their punishment. Slaves rule over us, and there is no one to free us from their hands. We get our bread at the risk of our lives because of the sword in the desert. Our skin is not hot as an oven, feverish from hunger. Women have been violated in Zion, and virgins in the towns of Judah. Princes have been hung by their hands, elders are shown no respect. Young men toil at the millstones, boys stagger under loads of wood. The elders are gone from the city gate, and young men have stopped their music. Joy is gone from our hearts. Our dancing has turned to mourning. And all stuff is coming. The crown has fallen from our head. Woe to us, for we have sinned. Because of this, our hearts are faint. Because of these things, our eyes grow dim. Mount Zion, which lies desolate, jackals prowling over it. You, Lord, reign forever. Your throne endures from generation to generation. Why do you always forget us? Why do you forsake us so long? Restore us to yourself, Lord, that we may return. Renew our days as of old, unless you have utterly rejected us and are angry with us beyond measure. It's not us who rejected him. But him who has rejected us, it's us who rejected him. He has not forgot us, we forgot him. He has not forsaken us, we forsook him. So people always want to make it about themselves. They have to look hard at yourself. Mankind has to look at himself, herself. Realize that this is all brought on ourselves, by ourselves. So let's be Lamentations, and we'll pick up with Jeremiah, which is a longer one, in the next video. That will take some time to get through. I hope it gave some understanding to you. I hope I was able to help you in some way. Again, read all this stuff again yourself. Ask for discernment before you do. And stay safe and wear your masks. Peace of Christ. God bless.